This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so a clip went viral. Well, I wouldn't say it went viral. A lot of news sources picked it up. Flat, hot new hip hop, complex, SOH, a bunch of that's 8 months old of EBRO and Rosenberg going at Akademiks saying he's not from the streets, he can't promote the streets, he's monetizing this and that, when they're just as guilty. Rosenberg was in D.C., and he went to New York, and he's promoting all these records, but he's not a part of all that stuff. He wasn't a part of all that stuff. He wasn't a part of the streets. EBRO wasn't a part of the streets. He was a program director, and he was pushing the South music and not pushing New York music at a certain point in time. I don't blame him, like Akademiks says he doesn't blame him for the deterioration of New York hip-hop, but he played a part. 50 Cent brings that up a lot to him. He did play a part in not supporting New York artists and pushing down South artists. And New York just was out of the picture for a while, you know? And that hurt a lot of people. Hurt me. I did street DVDs and stuff at that time, you know? You'd start getting all South artists and everything, you know? And I'm not no knock to the South, but it's just like, geez, this is your own city and they're not supporting you, you know? So EBRO's whole thing was just thrown out the window, man, because it was like, dude, you're not from the street. You're just as guilty as Akademiks. You've just been in the game longer. So you're at a time where people couldn't criticize anybody because now Akademiks is at a time. I respect hard work. And Akademiks is at a time where anybody can criticize him on the internet and everything. This guy works hard. He has one of the bigger Instagrams on hip hop. He's helped a lot of artists come up, and he's validated now, and that bothers them. EBRO and Rosenberg come off as haters most of the time to me, and you know I respect everything they do, but it's just like, come on, man, you know, come on, you know. Lay off of the Akademiks. You guys have like a personal tiff with him because you know he's going to respond usually and go crazy. And it makes the numbers go up. It's the same reason why, I don't even remember their names, man. They used to have a show on Vice. They used to go at Akademiks for that reason. They're on Showtime now, but nobody watches that show, honestly. They had a little short run on Vice. I forget their names. Deezus and Mero, yeah. I hate it. That show is not funny. It was funny like a couple times in the beginning on Vice, but then I was like, nah. Anyways, Akademiks has a mature response right here. We'll listen to his response.
He says, hey, he doesn't like the fact that I promote or monetize off things that I'm not from or a part of. It's very interesting to say that, right? Because if we kind of go down to the very definition of what, you know, people like him are talking about, he's saying, hey, you cover to do with the streets. But okay, that's cool. And you know, I would be really on the side of EBRO if everything he said made sense. If there weren't very glaring holes in all his arguments. And again, it's not an attack at him, but really for anyone who has this. Anyone say to CNN, y'all owner ain't black, why are you covering Black Lives Matter? Nobody says that. Actually, people say, hey, you should cover it. You know what I mean? Like, bring this to light. I've never been dishonest by saying, oh yeah, I've lived in Chirac, so I'm covering Chirac. Never did that at all, okay? I'm giving you my opinion, just like everybody has an opinion about anything. Hot new hip hop, they're not street. The Source, they're not street. TMZ, they're not street. There's a bunch of people who cover on a news level what's going on in hip hop in the streets that aren't street. Why is it that these people particularly pick on Akademiks? You know why? Again, I keep telling you the point. When someone doesn't like you, they're going to use everything and just lump it up together because why they tell you this, they dislike you. If they really dislike you and you face that reason, they'll dislike you for some other reason. Case in point, and I'll bring this up. But keep in mind, EBRO, you know, did not want to have a conversation with me, just like many of the older people or people in the culture who constantly now try to aim their act is ruining whatever. They don't. Now, I would say EBRO was a program director at Hot 97 for at least a decade, right? A lot of people blame him for the deterioration of New York hip hop. I wouldn't. I don't really care. That's not really my fight to fight. You know what I mean? But there was a time that he wielded a lot of power where the internet and the radio atmosphere was like, yo, I could pick who goes and who doesn't, right? And a lot of the music that he pushed through were street records. Now, I don't know if EBRO identifies himself as a street nigga, but if I'm going by his own logic, EBRO himself would be also promoting startup, unless he's a street nigga.
Anyways, I thought that was a good response, and everybody can coexist, and they just need to lay off. He's here. Podcast, Twitch, IG. He had a show on Complex. He has other shows going on. Like, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I'll check you guys in the next one. And make sure you comment.